So first of all, thank you, RAI, for allowing us to use and leverage this platform. And I'm excited to be part of this morning session. I think two reasons. First of all, I think retail is somewhere the last mile experience is hit and experienced. And whatever is happening around us today is, if you want to really test the water, retail is where the space is. People talk about digital revolution, digital disruptions, but what I feel the action where it ends is where I'm talking to you guys. About Capgemini, I think we are working with global forums, consumer forums, and also the retail forums. What we do is we are working with this forum for the last several years, and we get engaged with this forum to define the future value chains. What we mean by that is the top leaders get together and they define something for the future. So we recently launched a paper defining the value chain for 2020 and 2025. So it's not about talking about a problem today, but also putting all the factors together and thinking of the future. Some of the brands you can see that got engaged and brought the value as a forum. The reason I brought this particular slide deck, because this is not a sales pitch. This is somewhere the industry colleagues are getting together as a platform and trying to do something for their organizations, leveraging experiences from each other, and really building the future for your industry, for your company, or for yourself. So we went through the entire rethinking process using this platform, and this was hosted in India. So India for Capgemini is not the cost arbitrage center, is an innovation center for us. In fact, we were so surprised and happy to hear Mr. Modi talking about Capgemini ranking India as top 5 innovations in the globe. And we believe in it. And that's what we are trying to do. So what is it in India that we look at? When you relate to what's happening globally, the thought leadership, the priorities, this is massive. I think what we see in India in terms of the digital penetration, usage of mobile, the changing behavior of a common man on the street, this is massive. And we still feel that this is only a tip of an iceberg that we have explored so far in India. I think it's very critical for all of us to keep these facts behind us. So we try to do what it means for a retail industry, global versus India. Because India is different, India is complex, and India is more demanding when it comes to serving customers. I mean, you ask me how tough it is to do business in India, satisfying the customer needs. So what's different today? I think most of the CIOs, most of the technology guys are really trying very hard to do two things. One is to satisfy themselves by picking up pilots and creating the wow factor, saying, oh, I'm doing something digital for my organization. And second thing, the consumers are demanding few things from all of us. I think the usage of technology is given, but what technology and for whom is the critical questions that you need to ask yourself. We look at this opportunity or as a threat, the way you look at it, as a fourth revolution. We have done enough research with MIT for the last 7 or 8 years to prove that in the third revolution, the organizations who didn't keep up the pace of usage of technology for doing 3 things: listening to customers, bringing operational efficiencies, or changing business models. 56% of them got wiped off from the stock exchange per se. There's a financial data available with us. The question that you need to ask is, are you going to be in the 44% or you would end up in the 56%? It's a scary thought, but it's a fact. So I think if you look at what's happening today, I mean, I heard Mr. Nagesh talking about customer loyalty versus you becoming loyal to the customer. What is happening today is the power is shifting from a product company or a service company to the consumer. Its consumer is becoming more demanding, more knowledgeable, more equipped, than the lethargy in the organizations. I think this is where we feel, if you look at what could be the 2025 city life, or you can say, look, this is going to happen. And a lot of people underplay things, think that, okay, my organization is well equipped, but there are certain radical thinkers are coming into play. Your competitor is not traditional competitor. Somebody else is going to come up and pull out of you in terms of your ability to deliver them. Oops. So I think the time has come for all of us to really think differently and create consumer-centric value chains. That's the key thing for us. Your traditional way of doing things will undergo change. As a CIO or as a technology leader, or maybe as a leader, you need to rethink your strategies very, very rapidly. I think gone are the days where maybe a couple of years back you would say, I'm doing a pilot, I'm doing this. That speed at which things are changing is very rapid. What is lacking, in my view, in the context of India, when I see and interact with large organizations, I think we lack a top-down vision to reality approach. Still, there are gaps that we see where technology or CIOs are changing. They are more becoming business pioneer. But the buy-in and the vision from the top is something that we need to look at. And luckily, when I relate to digital India versus digital retail, we have a visionary prime minister who has set an agenda for India. And I think it's up to us, how do I take advantage of that agenda, which is becoming reality, and apply it to our industry? Because the challenges are going to come very fast. Your reach to end customer is going to be continuously under pressure. And if you don't shape up your organization, because it's not only your CIO hat, or not only your particular vertical hat, somebody has to think holistically about it. And my fear is, there are temptations today that most companies are falling to, are of creating small successful pilots, creating wow factors in the organization, but not thinking holistically. I think the key 4 points that I would like you guys to take away from whatever we see globally, also in locally. I think consumer engagement is the key and primary driver of all the changes that are happening around us. And those are coming from multi-channels. The traditional channels are gone. Social media availability is at a click of your button. The product is bad, there goes message on Twitter. Service is bad, there goes something on any social media. There's a problem. More transparency that you build with the consumers is going to really allow you to survive. And transparency comes in a two-way traffic. It's not only what brand loyalties we are talking about, the product features. The second, the third point that is really the last mile distribution. I think a lot of organizations are evolving different models, leveraging digital technology. I think today, the availability of solutions is not a problem. Challenge is, how do I get the holistic approach and make it happen? And last but not the least, I think, how do you create a technology-led business model changes? How do I create a stacked, which is a plug-and-play model, using my modular way of enabling technology for my organization? 6 imperatives for retail specific. Very clear direction for you guys. I think, as I said, you are the last mile for any consumer and the product too, where the digital and physical meets together. And this is where I think if you apply yourselves on all these 6 imperatives that are going to impact your industry, I think you will come out winner. And I'm sure each one of you would like to be in the 44% and not 56% in the 4th revolution that we are talking about. So where do we go from here? Ask yourself, do you have a holistic digital strategy from the top level to the organization level? So we feel there are 3 elements that you need to invest and work on: customer experience, operational efficiency, and the business model changes. And if you apply these 3 towers and start building your game plan for your organization, your company, or your industry forum. You will survive. I thought it's a good idea to leave you with these thoughts. This is a very fantastic period in which we all are going to operate. Once in a lifetime opportunity for all of us to embrace the digital wave which is hitting us, ride on the top of it, and enjoy the moment. Thank you for your patient listening, and I'm told I should stay back.
Thank you very much.